morning, you fans of traditional archery. Today we have something new from Malta Archery. There is a new bow out. I mean, I don't know if it's so new, but there is a bow, a nice long bow called, where's the name? Kite from Bucktrail, and Malta Archery has this now in its program. And what we got is 3 different poundages. We have a 25, a 30 pound, and a 40 pound, so we can test directly, is it good for a beginner, would it be good for an advanced, or, you know, sometimes we had this with bucktrail bows, that low poundages are just nice and high poundages are a little tricky. So that's why, simply let's check what we get. This is the 25 pound version. You get the bow. No, nothing. The string, obviously. And you get a documentation paper made by Malta Archery, where everything is written on it. It's a longbow, so the name is Kite, Bucktrail Kite. It's a longbow, it's maple, black fiberglass, ebony, bakelite, engineered rosewood. Has an arrow pass in felt, no handle wrap, has a length of 68 inches. String material is P55, 14 strands, string length is 66 inches. You have a brace height of 7 to 7.5 inches. Max safe draw is 30 inches. And the minimum arrow weight is 9 grain per pound. Yeah, I simply shoot the same arrows today because I don't have any different arrows. So we get a string and we get a bow. And the bow is nicely, safely wrapped. And there's another rubber band. Jesus, fireworks and church bells. Today's public holiday. What can we do? So look at this. So if you're up and you just start and you think about having a nice, well, it's like a nice longbow with a slightly reflex deflex, might be a good option. 66 inches, 25 pounds. The kite looks good. So in the middle it looks like rosewood, but it's not, it's processed wood. You have a nice arrow pass here. Handle feels good. Price wise, what did he write there somewhere? I read it somewhere. The bow is from Malta Archery, 160 euros, including 3 matching arrows. Nice reinforcement on the tips. It all looks a little solid. So this is the discussion I had last time with Peter in the podcast. He said when you know the bowyer, he will build the bow for you and maximize the performance. So like Saxton Pope said, a full drawn bow is 7/8 broken. And of course these bows are a bit more overbuilt, so to say, so that you're on the safe side. But it's nothing against it. When you start shooting, you're just a beginner. You don't want to have this, you know, like with a car, you don't start driving with a Ferrari usually. You get something, you know, then to get used to it. Sure, let's see. Ui, Stramadon. Yeah, 4. And 30 inches draw, so even for longer, with bit bigger people, 66 inches from nock to nock. No, we don't have an arrow pass because we have almost a center shot bow. So how much is it off center? Not by much, so a few millimeters off center. That's quite nice. So it should be a quite forgiving and easy to shoot bow. So the string is nicely waxed and, yep, so let's see. String is centered, so there is no longer part and no shorter part. Interesting. But it is as it is. So we start of course with the 25 pound and then we try the 30 and the 40 pound too. So, and I guess if you get it from Malta Archery here, then he will even set up the bow with a knocking point for you. So stringing over a bow like this is of course easy. There's nothing to be worried about. So it's a, yes, it's, you get what you get. Looks like a nice longbow. Stiff, but this is not that big of a deal with a longbow. And the brace height from, okay, here we measure from the deepest part of the handle, 7.25, and it's supposed to have 7 to 7.5, just fine. bow lays very good in hand. The only thing which bugs me a little is on the back. This part is a little edgy, so here you wrap your fingers around and it's a little edgy, so depending how you hold the bow it might be painful a little. Nice, so look at this, huh? 28, 29, 30. Just nice, draws nice, everything nice. It's only a little, it's a longbow. So most probably, I most probably would go even with the arrow weight a little higher. So this is a 25 pound and these arrows are 300 grain something. Oh, so, yeah, I would take heavier arrows. So 9 grain, you can shoot this bow with 9 grain, but I might go a little higher with this bow. But that's me. I unbox now the other two and string them, and then we can shoot them compared to each other. So all three are pretty much identical, looking, length, shapes, colors, everything same. So we just shoot them 25 pounds. A bit low, so knocking point might be useful. Ah, it works. It's fine. So one shot, then you know what this bow is doing. Very good. And the draw is nice. It's a little loud and yeah. 30 pounds. Not so much more, but feels still nice. So I think 30 pounds is a sweet spot for this bow. Yep. Even with these 300 grain arrows, then you're at roughly 10 grain. This is a little more, more precisely. Look at this, nice. Getting a little louder and a little more shake, and then sometimes you feel this edginess here in front, but it's nothing, it's not a deal breaker, it's a beginner's bow. And a 40 pound, I'm not sure about that one, but let's see. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, this one gets stiff, but I had a center shot. Ooh, stay with me. So 40 pounds. Oh, it gets really stiff at the end, so it's, oh, so this one doesn't want to bend. So 30 inches with this one, I don't see, so you really need to force it. So this one gets quite some stacking at the end. But nonetheless, oh, even if I didn't full draw now, you see the groups and the 3 arrows in the black circle are with the 40 pounder. So it's quite a good bow. Simply doesn't feel like it wants to bend that much. But of course, you usually, it's like a pistol grip, you don't hold the bow that tight, so you only hold it like this. Then all this edginess is not of that importance. 30 meters with a 25 pound version. So I wish there would be a knocking point. The knock slides quite some. Ooh, okay, it's only 25 pounds. But yep, see, height we have. Goes a little to the left. Maybe I need to tilt the bow a bit more. Oh, so 25 is a little weak, but nice. For now, I like the 30 pound the most. That feels just between getting stiff at the end and shooting pleasure. Oh, still low. What am I shooting today? Oi, oi, oi. Yep, now we have it, see? Doesn't take long with this bow. Is your friend instantly. Oh, bad shot. I'm not used to shoot 3 fingers. Oh, so in the brutal stick, 40 pounds. Let's see. Ah, yeah, this one throws the arrows nice away and is the most silent of them all. Oh, nice. So 40 pounds is nice. Even if it gets stiff at the end, with this one, maybe I'm used to 40 pound shooting, I don't know, but with this one I felt most comfortable to shoot a decent group directly out of the box. But still, when you let go with these arrows, here these edges are a little edgy, so kind of a little downside of this bow, but for the price I would not complain now. So I'm not sure if the brace height is still fine, because the bow was not shot in, but looks like 6.5. Okie doke, let's see, 25 pounds. 0, s'il vous plaît. 28 is 28.7. So a little more, but what does it have at 30? 28.7. At 30 we have. So I would not go to 30 with this bow. I would see a solid 28. 33.1. So this bow doesn't look like it feels comfortable in 30 inches. But that's me. 30 pound. Oi, cats are fighting. You see that, I don't know, 28 we have 31.2. Yeah, I felt that the difference between the 25 and the 30 is not 5 pounds. So now you see the 25 has 28 pounds and this one 31. So, but at least they're always a little on the plus side. So at least you get the poundage you ask for, and not like with some bow builders you order 40-pound bow and it has then 35 or something. It's nice. A little more, then you can work your way up. It's fine too. 40 pounds. Oh, this one gets really, oh look at this. Oh, from 26 to 28, this bow gets stiff, holy crap. So this one is stacking like hell. Oh, 28, it's 42.0. 42 pounds at 28, so this one really stacks. And what I didn't do is I didn't measure the weight of them. What we do now quickly. The 40-pound shoot's nice, but it gets stiff. If you have really your max draw is 28, then the 40-pound might be still a nice option. Or you draw 27 or 26 inches. The bow is 605 grams, relatively heavy. Then it's fine, but it's not comfortable to draw this bow to 40. It's from 26 to 80. It really gets stiff. It's like you draw against the wall. So this is the thing with entry-level bows in general. Higher poundages are tricky to manage. I mean, that's why you see that many bow builders even max out at 40 pounds with laminated bows, because over it really takes some. This one shoots nice, but doesn't draw nice. I shoot all with the same arrows now, with the 300 grain arrows, 25 pounds. Let me see what it does. 141. 145. 145. I'm only longbow after all. I'm only a longbow after all. 30 pounds. It's too early and I only had one coffee, guys. 100 Sesimus still for 145. 147, so only a little bit more, because we saw the poundage is only 3 pounds. Oh, 156. So gets a little faster. And the 40 pound, of course the arrows get lighter, so of course the speed should get a little up. 300 grain on the 42 pound. Oh, now it starts flexing a little better. So this bow needs a few shots. They're a little stiff at the beginning. Now it gets better, look. 160, 164. Decent. 165. But here you feel really in the hand this shoots the nicest, but the shooting experience is not as pleasant as with the 30 pound. Here you feel then the edge when you hold the bow and I think cuts 7 inches, a bit under 7 inches, so the string is still a little stretching. 25. Oops, still dropping. But I adjusted now the brace out of all of them to 7.5. All low. Good. 30. And by the way, 20 meters. Oh, still in the same. Not used to shoot longbows anymore. Yeah. So it needs time to adapt to this bows. Kind of. Getting louder, the 40. Now with the right brace height. Yeah, it doesn't sound that loud. So there you don't have this wobbliness. This is the thing with longbows. Low poundage have more because they can't deal with this mass in the limbs. The 40 pound is the nicest, but it stacks. So maybe a 35 would do the job nicely. So 40 is a little overkill in drawing and stacking, and a 30 has still a lot of zzz going on. So be nice to see. Maybe then you get a 35 pound and we can test it. For now, I still would go with the 30 pound, even if it takes time for me to adapt. And for the rest, yes, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not too bad for an entry-level bow. Not too bad. So now you saw what these bows are capable of. My personal opinion right now, the 40 pound is stacking, shoots the nicest, maybe because I'm used to 40 pounds, is the most accurate for me, but it's not pleasant to shoot. So the bow gets stiff from 26 to 28, has stacking. When I have time I might do a draw curve and post it, and forced draw curve. And then with this high poundage, the sharp edges here, you feel them a bit more, but of course you need to shoot heavier arrows. What I just saw is here a slightly crack in the handle. I hope it's not a problem. So for me, 40 pounds no. Where's the 25? The 25 is nice, but it's not enough for this bow design in my opinion. So it's, of course, it's a nice bow, but performance-wise you lose so much efficiency with a bow like this that it doesn't make sense. So if you only draw 25 pounds, I would still better go with a snake bow or something. 25, you really need to like it. It does the job, but I really was sure I hit the center and the arrow still dropped on 25-30 meters quite substantially. So with a snake wouldn't have happened to me. So but it's me. So for me, 25 pounds is not enough for this design, but the draw is nice, and with 25 you can get easy 30 pounds. So then you are a bit in a higher realm of draw weight. So if this is okay for you, fine. If you think about shooting thumb release and getting a left-hand bow, the handle would work So you could shoot this one, you know, left hand thumb release, or then right hand with the left hand version thumb release. But I think this bow is not made for it. For now, the nicest is the best compromise between this design and getting stiff at the end is the 30 pound. So this one draws nice here, there is no stacking, so this one does good. Draw curve goes smooth up, feels the most pleasant to draw, and has still a decent performance. So I think a 35 pound would be interesting to test, because then you get a little more poundage and maybe not that stiff as the 40 pound, and then this bow is just fine. But even 30 pounds, so if, then I would go with a 30 or a 35 pound bow with this special design. Brace height I adjusted. They are a little loud, but it can go away after you shoot a while, and maybe they get even a bit more flexible with time. But here 30 pounds is just does the job nicely. So that's why I have now a hard time doing my ratings, but I rate simply the 30 pound version because I have to rate something. Packaging, you get a bow, a string, and the documentation. Yeah, right. Bow, string, documentation, 4 points. Handling this bow is easy, pretty easy to string and deal with, so there is completely no problem. 10. The build is really, I mean, it's factory built, but it's good looking. You know, this fake rosewood here, and the transitions, everything looks really nice made. So, and it's a kite, and it's a nice bow. The reinforcements on the tip. So for the price, we can't complain. Give it a 10. Basic feel, and now we need to talk about the 30 pounder, not the 40 pounder. They are not wiggly, they are stiff. The only thing, this handle, the edginess of the handle on the back is bugging me, even if you don't hold the bow, but at the end you still have your fingers here, and even this corner here, it's a tad too edgy for me. So I had better handles in my hand, but of course I paid double the price. So it's always, you know, this you get used to it. At least where the bow rests on your hand, this part is very comfortable. So here this part is really comfy. So I had bows where this one hurts, but this one is just nice here, so it works. And you have almost a center shot bow, which is nice. So for the basic feel I give it 10. Draw experience of the 30 pound now is really nice. So this one is feels just nice. Draw curve goes smooth up. 28, 29 inches, no problem, maybe 30, so that's fine, give it a 10. Now wait a second, for the build with the handle, I give you 9, because of this handle shape here of the build, which I don't like. So, and shooting experience, they do what they are supposed to, and in 30 pounds you get the hang of it. 40 pounds would be nicer to shoot. But you have this and 9 grain, I think, is a little too less, because you really have quite some vibration going on. But it's, you know, it's an entry-level bow, 160 euros. You can't expect more, so I give you 9 points for that. It's not a bad bow by any means. And if you want something with this modern way of riser and stuff, and then shoot a nice longbow, it's a good option. I mean, when you see the next thing compared to a bear paw bow would be then this Blackfoot I did reviews. I think it was in the time 200 euros. Performs an edge better than this, but I think bear paw raised the prices now, so most probably it's 250 euros or something. So for this price, I don't know any other longbow with a handle like this, with this performance and this look. So it's fine, it's decent, it's nothing out of the world, but it's decent. So we have 10, 20, 30, 48, 52 points. It's not so bad. And price value, I give it a 5, because you get a decent, nice bow to shoot with. You can have fun for a long time. I said I would not take the 25, go with a 30, maybe a 35 pound, and you're good to go. So they are not bad. If you want to have more information about this bow, check on maltaarchery.com. Danny is happy to give you more information about it. I said he will, if you want them from him, he will shoot them in and put a knocking point on it if you want so. which makes sense because these bows with a shelf, and you really need to know where you put the knocking point, that the arrow goes straight and does not fishtail and stuff like this. And I would see 9 grain really as the minimum. If the vibration is too much for you, you can put some string silencer and you get it a little dampened, but it is what it is. It's not a bad bow, and it feels not bad. So not too bad, not too bad. Go check it out, maltaarchery.com. And I have no financial interest in this, so there is nothing. Danny doesn't pay me to do this, and I don't get this bow, so I simply test them for him. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.